When I stepped aboard this boat for the first time, most people said that I was making a huge mistake. This boat will never see blue water and it would financially ruin me. To be honest, I don't blame those people because it has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do. The biggest challenge of my life so far to get the boat to this point without being financially ruined. I probably couldn't have done it without the support that I've had through this YouTube channel. But as you'll see from this video, we're reaping the rewards because in the last video we crossed the Bay of Biscay, 3 days, over 300 miles, and put the boat through some pretty gnarly conditions that the Bay of Biscay is notorious for. And we arrived in sunny Spain and to such a beautiful coastline, the Asturian and Galician coastline, which is what we're sailing this week. More challenging sails, more challenging conditions, strong winds, light winds, overnight sails. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. It feels like we really have gone back in time to summer. Well, we've been in the marina for a week. We're going to do an overnighter tomorrow to Viveiro, about 85 miles, but we're leaving the evening because the wind comes in. We're making our way down to A Coruña and it should be really nice, but we've just been enjoying the city, the amenities, water and electricity. It's low season, so the marinas are relatively cheap. My parents are still here and they've said it's been such a long time since they've taken 2 weeks off. I think by the time they get back to the UK it'll be 3 weeks, but it's been nice and chill. Also, I met some friends who found the boat and we had a lovely day drinking Asturian cider. So there's a very unique way to pour it so that you get it oxygenated and it tastes so good. It's not bubbly, it's very nice, very cheap as well.
You're looking right in the... But then how am I gonna know if it's...
Check first. Okay, my distance will be like that. And then you start.
You have to keep eye contact. Bloody horrible, pretty misty. We came out of the harbour and it was actually raining. Well, it was such a thick fog that the rain was coming down the mainsail, and luckily I have a waterproof tablet which has been doing well. Yeah, it's really light winds and there's just a bit of an awkward swell. It's actually calmed down quite a bit now. Don't like how much my beam's moving. But we've got wind on the beam, probably about 10 knots, maybe less. Surprisingly, we're doing 3 to 4 knots. Anyway, we're going overnight, so we're just settling in now for the night shift. It's going to be 12 hours of night, just trundling along. It is a bit of a fishing hotspot, so we'll probably be dodging some fishing ships. We just have to hope that the wind stays at least as what it is now, because it could drop off and then that would be a nightmare. Because with the swell, we cannot motor. We just need enough wind for the mainsail to stay full, because when it drops down, it just flaps and it's not very fun. Really interesting. It's almost like we've got 2 knots of current just helping us the whole time. Well, it seems that way anyway, because there's absolutely no wind, but we're doing like 2.5, 3 knots. We're not really in any sort of massive rush. The wind's going to pick up sort of late morning, but as long as we can do 2.5, 3 knots, we're cooking. Then it means we have all day to get there. So it's, the swell's died down, the sails do flap every now and then, but the boat's keeping course, so we're sailing probably with less than 5 knots of wind. As long as it stays like this, we'll be good. Like, the wind's supposed to die off completely. I checked the forecast this morning, I was a bit worried, but as long as we have enough, just a tickle of wind, we'll be all right. Anyway, I'm going to try and get a couple of hours sleep so that I am useful later. Loads of them.
Plastic around the world because you managed to convince people that the only good water comes in a bottle.
We'll just do it one engine, I think.
We'll anchor up
Yeah.
and
Sort it out. The fuel connector come off.
Had it?
Yeah.
See if it drops like that. Do you know what I think of when things are not going to plan, but all of a sudden they go to plan? Do you know who I think of?
Who?
Granddad.
Why's that?
I don't know, I feel like he's looking.
Yeah,
What
watching
he's like.
down. Yeah.
That happened 3 or 4 times during this trip. That was a proper amazing at times but difficult sail, especially towards the end. I didn't film much. There was a huge swell, 1.8 meters on the forecast, which I didn't really mind, and I sort of factored it into the plan because there was supposed to be a bit of wind in the morning and there just wasn't hardly. There was probably like 6 knots, so we were flapping around, everything's flapping, sails were doing some really violent flaps, and it was a good test for the rigging. Everything's fine, but because there was a lot of swell and not much wind, the boat was creaking so much and everything felt way too flexible. Tomorrow we're going to actually tighten everything up again, but it got really windy and swelly at the end, and I didn't even pick up the camera. I was just sort of frozen in my place, just making sure everything was okay. But we did 86 miles. Our average speed was only 3.6 knots. Overnight was perfect. It was actually really nice because we were doing a steady 3.5 knots. The forecast was 2 meters northerly in this rear. Looks pretty open from the north, but luckily the swell just doesn't make it all the way in. But yeah, 2 meter swell supposedly coming in and didn't have much of an effect in this anchorage.
Well, I'm going to play it for you now. It was part of... thanks, Steve.
Are
Thanks,
they warming
Laura.
up,
That was
Steve?
Well
Seamus.
done. There's a lane closed on the northbound carriageway just after junction 34.
I was really not happy with the amount that the beams were flexing when we had light wind and big swells, so we're going to go around and tighten up all the inner beam lashings. pretty surprised to see that the beam lashings were pretty tight. We just sort of went around a few of them, the ones that were slightly looser, but I think it's just when there's a lot of swell and not much wind to sort of lock everything in place. Having the wind in the sails, it sort of tightens up the rigging and just sort of keeps everything nicely in place. Pretty happy with that. Now I want to go up the mast. It's been a while and we've experienced a lot of wind, a lot of swell. I'm just going to have a little peek into Schrodinger's box. Inner forestay fittings looking good. I am very pleased. No cracks, no shackles coming loose, no chafe. Everything is very nice. No chafe, no cracking in the fittings, and the mast really took a pounding with the sails flapping and filling with wind, and yeah, but everything's good. Happy days. We'll move on tomorrow.
It makes it so much better that your mum and dad are with you. I dream of having parents like you do.
You love reading the comments, don't you, Mum?
Do the same, stay safe. I love reading the comments. Your dad is a really nice guy and a lucky man.
So we're heading 35 miles today, but getting dangerously close to the orca, which have moved up north. These are all the old sightings, and then up on the corner we're just here, and they're all just around the corner. I think around Cape Finisterre. It's a little while off yet, but it does crop up into your mind. Just found another fish in the engine box. This must have been from Biscay. Eagle-eyed viewers noticed that this is a ballyhoo. Thanks for that. Got about 13 knots of wind, going close haul just to get around the headland. The wind sort of funnels into these rears. It's just a bit of a pesky 1 metre swell, nothing like what we came in here with, so yeah, Mahi cuts through it really nicely. We're flying along, 5 knots, doing good. Oh, this is amazing. Swell behind us, 13, 14 knots of wind. We're just going in easy 5, 6 knots. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Listening to some tunes. The boat's just loving this swell, flying down.
Dr. Eyebrows on the wall, shave your legs, and then he was the sheesh for people. Look at that on the wild side.
That was big. No, they're not orca. Oh, they're big tuna. We saw a huge It was a big dolphin, it was probably a bottlenose dolphin. The next second a huge tuna, biggest fish I've ever seen, jumped out. So there's obviously a dolphin hunting the tuna, but yeah, it means that the tuna are around here, so are the orca. That was the true definition of champagne sailing. Very good wind behind us, swell behind us, cruising at 8 knots, beautiful scenery. When you get to any sort of cap or cape, the wind sort of dies off, and we're just rounding the cape now to get into the rear. But we've made amazing progress today. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We spent a whole day here yesterday, didn't film anything. We just literally sat on the deck. We didn't even go to town. We were just chilling. There was not much wind yesterday, but today there's going to be some pretty stiff wind, I think. Pushing us down to Akarunya, where I'll drop off my parents. Yeah, it's been beautiful here. Absolute bliss. The wind hasn't really started yet, so we're just waiting for the wind to fill in. Really cool though, there's Portuguese man-o'-wars everywhere, which I think are one of the most deadly jellyfish in the world. If not the most deadly, I don't know, but they're everywhere, just sailing on by. And yeah, the wind should fill in soon. We've got the swell behind us for now. We could probably even sail without the sails in this swell. Those V-hulls slipping through the water beautifully.
I name the Barry.
Barry the fish. These two have been saying trip of a lifetime.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, it's been
Our best wedding anniversary ever.
Yeah. Honestly, how can you sum it up? Epic, exciting, funky at times, calm at times. But I can tell you now, I was wrecking it before the Bay of Biscay, but as soon as we set off, I had no fear at all. Just apprehension? Were you apprehensive?
Yeah, a bit, but the boat's solid. Just seems really solid. Just seems to ride the waves really well.
Doesn't she?
There's no slamming or anything like that anywhere. It just feels really.
You've done such a good job, Mike.
I know there's still work to do, but it's been a proper shakedown, and we've checked all the rigging and everything. All that's held up well. Nothing's come loose or anything.
Yeah, nothing's broke.
Nothing's broke.
Nothing's come away. Nothing's pried itself free.
Nobody fell over.
No one fell overboard.
We've always worn the safety lines and is it PBLs?
Safety lines, life jackets.
Even when we were brewing up, we were wearing our safety lines, weren't we? Oh, it's been brilliant.
So, there's no real good forecast for the next couple of weeks. I was thinking about just dropping my parents off here and then heading out to Anchor, but the weather's just horrible. I really love La Coruña or A Coruña. Just, it's beautiful. I wasn't expecting such a vibrant, popular city, so it's going to be a nice place to spend a little bit of time. Not sure how long I'll be here, and also I don't really know what the sailing's like around the corner at this time of year. Obviously, it's getting very late in the season. In fact, it's low season now. It's pouring it down outside. Well, I don't know, so if anyone has any advice, what's it like? I've heard that there is a lot of swell in the Atlantic sort of this time of year, and so it's not the ideal cruising situation. I do love it here, but I'm not sure if this marina would be my final destination because I'd need to do a lot of work, which I'll go through in a video. So I'm really not sure what to do. And to keep the boat here, it's €50 a night, which is a lot, but the monthly rate I think is about 500, so that's also not cheap, but it's cheaper to buy a month than 2 weeks. So I've got a month in this marina and I can just take off anytime if I need to, or if there's a good weather window. But I don't know, I just don't know what the forecast is going to hold if you do get nice days. All I do know is the nights are very, very long, so doing night passages, which I do enjoy. I like getting a good chunk of the journey done rather than sort of piddling around 20 miles at a time or 30 miles at a time, which is also nice because it's a bit more chill. But it's just the leaving a place and the arriving in a place is just the most, is pretty much the only annoying thing about sailing. So I do like longer trips, but yeah, 12 hours of night is a lot of time. If the conditions are not very nice, it is flipping challenging. I won't sleep, and so who knows, I don't know. Everything's up in the air at the moment, but yeah, it's amazing to be here. It's flipping beautiful. It's absolutely pouring it down out here. Yeah, obviously the Orca as well, they're just around the corner, so I might just bide my time a little bit, do a few little jobs on the boat and enjoy sort of the fruits of my labour. I mean, this is a really cool life because you can pull up to a new city, you can live there for as long as you want. Well, not me, because my visa runs out next year, but you can just enjoy the city. The people here are proper friendly, food's cheap, everything's cheaper here than in any other European country that we've visited this year. It's amazing. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Hub Vlogs, so he's a YouTuber, he's going to come tomorrow, so we'll do a few little bits and bobs on the boat. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this video, whether it's something about people telling me not to buy it and whoa, look at me now kind of thing. But yeah, I hope it's not too clickbaity. Yeah, the whole reason why I've been able to do this is because of people watching, people commenting, liking, subscribing, supporting my patrons and coffee givers, PayPalers, super chatters. It is thanks to you that I've been able to do this, because it has been not cheap, but the support shown for the videos is a huge thing. Obviously, since the last few videos have not been up to sort of the previous numbers, but I was kind of expecting it because the sort of sailing content, it's a different sort of set of filmmaking skills, and the support from you guys, all the amazing comments in the last video, it helps a lot psychologically, because it's not always easy. But just a huge thanks for watching. If you got this far, you're an absolute legend and the big driving force for me. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, which will be I have no idea no idea what it's going to be about, but yeah, hopefully it's a good one, and hopefully see you then. Bye bye.